Already here. Welcome. Welcome. Nice to see y'all. Say hi in the chat. Oh, let me cut this off. Cut this off. Sorry, I still had the volume turned up too on the other one. Hey, Lizzie, how are you, man? 65 is going to be live cigar rolling here in a few minutes. Just trying to let some people jump on before we get started. We got some brand shiny new equipment to break out tonight. Should be interesting. Liz, how's the audio? Nice. Hey, Liz, how's the audio? Can you hear me? What'd you say? Oh, thank you, 65. I appreciate that. How would I miss that? No, of course not. Nice. Got to keep that starter fed for sure. Kind of keeps going out every minute or so, but it sounds good. Yeah, I'm using a different set of mics tonight. Actually got the Rhodes hooked up tonight. The Rode microphones. Should be a little better, actually. 10 folks. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Please say hi in the chat. Woo. Got that go-go juice to keep me going. 65. Wow. Welcome from California. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Do occasionally keep going out ever so often. I wonder if it's actually that the microphone. Hey, Parker, how's it going, dude? I wonder if it's just because the mics aren't picking up any noise. Like if I'm running my mouth, I'll keep going. Fish, what's up, brother? Look at this. Of course, kid. It's like my favorite mug. Got old Faithful here. Yeah, you're right. It's because I do use it every day that it's not tore up. Jessica keeps making me wash it, though. 34. We get to 50, we'll start doing stuff. Yeah, elementary school. Yep. Yeah, at least, no, probably middle school. Probably late middle school kid. Whew. I think it's strong at the end. Parker, why am I not shocked? Got a fun night tonight. Got one more blank from the El Pipa. Yeah, it probably was Penguin Shop, kid. You're exactly right. Got one more blank left. Try to make another one of these La Pipas. That was kind of fun this morning. 46. Almost. 4 more and we can rock and roll. Oh. Get this out of the way here. No, just half and half and a little bit of vanilla. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. We'll get that out of the way too. All right. I think, well, okay, 80. You guys ready to get started? I know I am. I am very ready. All right. This lovely box sitting in front of us right here is from the gentleman that just spoke up a few minutes ago. This is Mike Fish. This is a custom-made Chivetta. This is my workhorse, my go-to, the Chivetta that I've ground to the points that I like them to be. Well, I've seen Mike's a bunch of times, and to be honest, I had to have two. I absolutely had to have them. So let's crack them open and see what these dudes actually look like. Try my best to hide Mike's address. Oh, it's like Christmas, except better. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I'll let you guys decide. Left or right? Which one are we opening first? Left or right? I'm blocking the camera, but it's not blocking the view. Is that better, Liz? Right, left. Just do it. It looks like the lefts have it. Whew. All right. I have no idea which one is which. There are two different styles. One's the hybrid, and one is what Mike calls the Bliss Special. Oh, that would be helpful. Shoot. Okay, they are. Thanks, Fish. All right. This one is the maple. So if I remember correctly already. Look at this beautiful thing. Look how sharp that is. That thing is razor sharp and beautiful. This is curly maple as the handle. If you guys can see it pretty well. It's absolutely stunning. Feels good in the hand. It's a lot larger than my original too. A little bit bigger anyway. Curvature is much better. I think it's going to work so much easier on the cuts. Oh, wow. What a huge difference. Isn't that beautiful, guys? All right. And now, this is the one called, the one with the Wenga wood for the handle. That is absolutely beautiful. That grain pattern is just out of this world. This one's gonna make me get the scissors out. Oh, nice. Hi, Mom. How are you? All right. This one should be the hybrid. Oh, got it upside down. Look how gorgeous that is. This wood is out of this world. I don't know if you can really appreciate how beautiful this is. It's got its own texture. This is the one they call that Fish calls the hybrid. It's good for doing fine detail work, like cutting out your flags. It still has that long roll to it. It's the best of both worlds, in my opinion. I mean, I guess you could cut pizzas with them, but they're for cutting binder and filler and making cigars, which we are now going to do. Man, oh, which one to use first? This is crazy. I think because we've got some wrapping to do first, we'll start with the Bliss Special. All right. Let's see if I can pull this off twice. All right. Let's see. Where did I put the other one? Right there. All right. This is the one from this morning. Did pretty good. Kind of cool. Little shaggy foot action. So we're going to take this and make it into that, or something similar to it. Ready? Oh, nice. Hey, Merc, nice to see you, bro. All right. Get this out of the way. All right, do the main with a little San Andreas. This is a little dry for my taste, but I think we can make it work. This one of these other ones is slightly more hydrated. Oh, this one is. Yeah, we'll use this one instead. Cool. All right, put these away. At least for now. Jason, we are getting ready to start the process of turning this lovely straight stick into this guy. The Spanish name is La Pipa, or the pipe. It's just a cigar. It's the same thing as this. This one started just like this. So now let's see if we can do it twice. Because that's what we do on this channel at Thursdays at 7 p.m. We roll cigars and talk about the life in general and just enjoy time together as humans. It's novelty. It's pure novelty. Doesn't make it any easier to smoke. Doesn't make it burn any better. Just for cool factor. Got a little hole. Sorry, we can work through that too. Holes aren't that big a deal. I'm going to cut most of that off anyway. All right, here's the first cut. The first cut with the brand new one. My life, I'm great. How are you? Man, that thing cuts like butter. Man. Oh yeah, dude. Wow. What a huge difference. Man, this wrapper is a little bit dry. 200. Nice, folks. Nice. Thanks for stopping by. Please say hi in the chat. I'm really grateful for all of y'all that come hang out every week and watch the videos. We've grown this channel together a lot in the last 6 weeks. Quite a bit. And that, I think, is absolutely amazing. You guys have been along for the ride. Created the ride. Man, that thing feels really nice in my hands, Fish. Oh, thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Good evening, St. Louis. That's all right. Don't have to smoke them to appreciate the craft, that's for sure. Not there. This wrapper is way dry. I'm not going to get a nice smooth wrap out of this, but that's okay. Fish, this thing cuts like butter, man. Makes me realize how inadequate my previous one was. Man. Do we have enough to make a flag? Just barely. I intend to. Big proteins? It is actually not even glue. It's a vegetable gum made from trees. It's called Bermcall. Angle's a little off tonight. It's okay, we'll be fine. True. Try not to take a half an hour like I did this morning making that first one. Got a bunch of cigars to bunch up tonight, so that's probably what we're going to spend a lot of time doing. Yeah, y'all seem to like it when I bunch better than I wrap, so that's fine. Who are you doing? Watching from Ireland. Hey, Ireland, how are you? David? No, it's called Bermcall. It's a vegetable gum. Yeah, this thing is way dry. That's okay. Can make it work. Yeah, this wrapper was underhydrated, so it's going to be a little wrinkly, but we can make it work. All right. Like I said, not a real pretty one, but we're getting ready to cut a giant hole in it, so that's okay. Jack Daniels in a good cigar. I hear you. David, thank you. From Pennsylvania. Nice. It's interesting. I am, Eliza. Alicia. I am. Jay, how are you? Okay. Now the way I've learned to do this is you got your straight cigar, figure out where you want the bend to be, and you come back that far and you cut a wedge. And then you cut another way. You know what? I think I just figured out another way to do this. I wish I could sell them to you. I really do. We just do this for entertainment and education. Cutting into this bunch has never been easy. Okay, now what we've done by doing this is we've given us the ability to bend this up to 90 degrees. So now what we have to do is we have to fill this spot in, which is not that difficult to do. Little reach down here, grab a piece of tobacco. Yes, Just Cam, that's exactly what it's going to be. The hardest step in this one is rebuilding this cut so that it looks like a actual cigar again. But other than like normal cigars, the hardest part, in my opinion, is the cap. Getting it to look clean. Do 45s to make 90, exactly. We don't do that. Why do you bend it the opposite way? No, it's tobacco. What we're doing is we're creating this 90-degree curve, this 90-degree angle, and then we're going to fill in this back piece and then wrap it up. And you're still trying to maintain airflow through the angle, so that should be interesting. When people start smoking cigars and they can't smoke them like cigarettes. Smoking cigars is more about relaxation. Only tobacco. It's more about relaxation and connection with the folks that you happen to be smoking with. Where is it at? Hiding stuff from myself. There we go. So we start changing up wrappers and doing all kinds of fun stuff to make the colors different. So this wrapper that we started up this with is San Andreas, Mexican. Quite lovely. Diego, nice to see you. Puff, don't breathe, exactly. I do from time to time. Just bend it the other way. Well, it's kind of not the point. The point is it's just a novelty item. It's kind of fun to do, and it's good for people watching. It's kind of neat. It's just something completely different than just rolling straight cigars. All right. Now I've got my refill pieces, got my body. Now I've got to cut strips to basically stitch the hole back up. And I'm going to use this big centerpiece right here, this shiny new Chevetta. Okay. Sorry, I guess I don't see the point. It's just about relaxing. It's just a way to pause the day as you're rolling through. Or if you have, for me, honestly, it helps me think too. I'm facing something I'm trying to deal with, and I get frustrated with it or whatever. I'll stop and go smoke a cigar, and usually by the time that cigar is done, I've got formulated a plan for how I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at the moment. Mental decompression, exactly. Is that better, Liz? It is. It's quite relaxing. This piece right here is Ecuadorian shade, and the piece that I wrapped this cigar with is a Mexican San Andreas. They're slightly different in color, so it makes it stand out a little more. And see, this is the hard part right here, is getting it started. Once I get the first wrap over it, it's not that bad. A little easier to deal with. Should have gone ahead and put glue across the whole. Man, I used way too much. Holy crap. There we go. We'll clean all this up and make it smooth. I'm going to create the first bandage at the bottom to hold hold the new filler in. Now, John, you don't have to cut that wedge since it's taken from the side of your Chevetta and fold there. Oh, right on. Thanks, Bliss. Man, this Chevetta is out of this world. If you're a cigar roller, I highly recommend these, man. They are unbelievable. Talk about stepping up your game. This is how you do it. You get better equipment, get nicer equipment. Doesn't always have to be super nice. I mean, I started with a double guillotine cutter and a cutting board, and it did just fine for a long time. And then I found this antique board and absolutely fell in love with it. What's your favorite roll? My favorite size is either a Lancero or a Corona. A Panatella will fall in there real nice like. Sorry, I didn't mean to pull it out of camera view. Got one of the Punisher pins. Sweet. I did see yours. Yours was one with the Punisher pins? That's awesome. All right. So I end up with 10,000 little tiny pieces of wrapper. But the next time I do this, I'm definitely not going to cut that big old fat wedge out of it like Bliss said. That's mine. Yes, I love a Torpedo too. They are fun to smoke. They are very challenging to roll. From what I've been told, they are the classifier that they use in Cuba to go from a level 8 to a level 9. I believe that's correct. It's definitely a classifier to move you up as a Cuban roller. And I am nowhere near there. See if we can do this without a tobacco vein this time. Somebody said this was going to be pretty. It'd be cool. Sorry, guys, I'm only half looking. No, I bought these leaves. We are growing the tobacco this year, though. Intend to grow Criollo 98, Connecticut Broadleaf, and Dominican Olor. They're the ones I use the most in my blends, so it makes sense to grow them if I can. All right, that's not terrible. I want one more right there, and I think this one will be okay. So for some reason, the government demanded. No, sir, it is not. We don't roll those here. YouTube gets very funky about when you roll the green stuff. You don't even have to put any pressure on it. You just roll through it, and it cuts the leaf flawlessly. Wow. Fish, dude, you knocked it out of the park, man. This thing is amazing. I wish I could. In the Philippines. Watch it from Wales. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. If you haven't, I hate to be that guy, but if you have not subscribed, please do. We've grown this channel together over the last 6 or 8 weeks, and it has been absolutely amazing to be here with you folks on Thursday nights, just enjoying time and space. Get off. All right. Pretty it is not, but it should burn. I don't know, mine seem to want to put this angle in them. Jerkistan. Nice. Oh, thank you so much, Push. I appreciate you. Fantastic. Okay. Now, let's see if this Candela is going to act right for me. It should. I think mine are going to end up being this angle until I get it mastered, but this is only the second one I've ever done, so that should say something. You move over there. This is a Candela leaf. It's cured differently. It's dried differently. As you can, every leaf starts out green. Even these brown ones, they all start out green. The dark ones, they start out green. Candela, when it's harvested, is cured very quickly so that the chlorophyll can't break down. It's usually high heat. They slowly ramp the heat up over a couple of days, and it just basically locks the green in, locks the chlorophyll into the leaf. Jericho Calding, how are you? Oh, excuse me. Man, I can't get over how awesome this thing is. Like I said, it's just no pressure at all, and it just cuts so flawlessly. I've been thinking about this for the last couple of hours with Bliss and Fish being on here. Okay, the way it sounds in my head, these two are, in my opinion, are the masters. They're the teachers of the group, in my opinion. I love old kung fu movies. I think they're awesome. There's something about the way that they were, but Chinese kung fu, in my opinion, we would have called Bliss Sifu, which is of course master. And being the humble person that he is, he's probably going to not love me too much for that, but I have a lot of respect for both him and Fish. Missed it. All right, a little bit of glue on here. And coffee's got me shaking. Way too much coffee today. Yeah, right on. Love that movie. First time I ever saw Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, it was the in Chinese version. I mean, not even dubbed over like the old kung fu movies were. The subtitles. Well, thank you very much. This cigar has an elbow because it's a pipe shaped cigar. It's just a novelty item. It's something I saw and wanted to try it, and reached out to some folks in the cigar group on Facebook, and they gave me some pointers as to how to do it. So I figured I'd give it a shot. Like I said, this is the one from this morning with a nice shaggy foot. And this is the one we're doing right now. But after this, we're going to bunch some cigars. The sticky thing, it is a glue. Well, it's a gum called Berm Call. It's my preferred. It doesn't leave. It says it's odorless and tasteless, and it doesn't leave a residue once it dries. No shiny little sticky residue. Right. Tell you what, let's take this last little set here. Oh, Mr. Steffi, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Wow. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of those, for sure. Let's use this one. Correct. You light her from the short end. Fun part's trying to match each side so that they at least look symmetrical. We all take chances in life as to, each of us has our day. We don't know when it is. So I just try to enjoy. If it's something I want to try and happens to be dangerous, that's my choice, as it is everyone's choice. Perfect. No, she's not. She never does. She's the best moderator. The best. Liz is my daughter, which is a large portion of the reason I started streaming. She moved to another state for a better job and a better life, and I do not blame her for that. I applaud her bravery. That her, not many people at her age have the kind of bravery she showed to just cut ties and do what you needed to do. Oh man, take that one off. Come on, baby, come off of there. There we go. No, Mr. Steph, I don't. I wish I could. It's not in the cards at the moment. But who knows what the future holds. And I don't really need a whole bunch of government oversight in my life. Stretchy little devil. All right, let's roll it over. Do these last three and let's make some cigars. Yes, I agree. Exactly. Live life to the fullest. You're covering the hole. No, what I'm actually doing is these are just for decoration. They're to cover up the scars from where I put the new wrapper in to fill that hole in. And I cut a angle in the corner so that I could make the bend. And these are just purely for decoration. Two more. Alex W. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate you. 600 folks. That's awesome. Appreciate y'all. All right, 2 more of these little green little green circles, and then we'll create some bunches from scratch. The filler in these is Dominican Olor and Honduran from the Honestron Valley. 1 Viso and 1 Seco. And then the wrapper is Mexican San Andreas. Well, the core wrapper is Mexican San Andreas, and then the cover is Ecuadorian Shade. And the binder is Cameroon. You know, the last one's going to be tricky. Doesn't want to come out of there. It's scared. Nope, we're not using that one. Next piece. Should go to cigar brand. The true answer to that is the cigars that I roll. Now, I do buy quite a few commercial cigars from time to time, but they're mostly just to see what they're like, see if it's something that I truly enjoy and something I want to try to blend something similar to it. I try my best not to copy. I like my blends to be original. Whew, I gotta stop drinking so much coffee. Got me shaky. All right. Is it perfect? No. But not too shabby for the second one I've ever made. All right. Good times. Dominican. You light this end right here. Well, you have to clip this end off. Wow. Has it been 9 months already? Good Lord. Yeah, you cut the cap off of this end, because this is where you put your mouth. This would be the head, and this would be the foot of the cigar. So when you light it, it's gonna burn down and then turn and go in. I'm not terribly unhappy with how this came out. I'd like to get that angle a little bit more, and I will figure out how to do that. I think it's gonna be the way I have to cut it. Just got to figure it out. We'll do another one another day, but those are fun. All right, let's do 46s first. Man, look at this. I got a mold. I got 2 brand new Chevettas. Man, this is like Christmas. Yes, Don, I love the Cameroon binder. It is Cameroon in all of its wonderfulness is one of my tops. All right, let's get set. Slide that over there. Curious. Let's go with. Actually, taste it, or do you smell? Tasting a cigar is both. It's a lot to do with your nose, and learning to either retrohale, which of course is actually just left over from cigarette smoking, but I can taste different stuff when I push it back through my nose. This is a Piloto Cubano binder, and she is thick. This is a wrapper. A lot of the Fuente stuff uses Cameroon throughout. And of course, there's Marifel, but those are ultra high end. I'd like to sit down and have a conversation with Mr. Jeremiah Marifel. That would be awesome. Maybe someday it'll be in the cards. And something I've learned watching the other gentlemen is to make sure that your binder directions match. And something else I started doing too, something else I learned from them, was the same way the binder goes is the same way the wrapper should go. All right, cool. Shouldn't need a double, but we shall see. Yes, they do. All right. Tobacco number 1 for the night is a Criollo 98 Seco. That is for combustion. The Secos are for combustion. They're the first priming off of the plant. One's towards the bottom, but above the volado, or the sand leaves as they're called. Second leaf for the night is Nicaraguan Condego Viso. It's the middle of the plant. And the center third priming. Some of my favorite stuff. And you know what we need is smell-o-vision. Really, really need smell-o-vision. I have to move this dude over here somewhere. 732. Fantastic. Thank you all for stopping by. I really, really appreciate you. All right. I'll move the Nicaraguan. Gotta figure out a better camera position. It does. It absolutely smells like heaven. Yeah, I guess you could. I can't see why you couldn't chew it. Might not taste the greatest. And this is also one of my favorite tobaccos. Said Dominican Olor. It's a Viso. It's a middle priming as well. So I use 2 Visos and 1 Seco. I like to have more flavor. I grow my own in Colorado and suck at curing just a little stuff here. Oh yeah, curing is the tricky part. That's where it becomes part art, part science. All right, got our Seco. Nice little center vein. So it's big enough for me to want to pull out though. Some folks leave the centers, I do not. I leave a portion of it, but not all of it. Little fold. Bunching technique that I prefer to use is called entubado or tube. It's the classic Cuban method. Same thing, big center vein. We'll pull him out. Oh, maybe let me come here. 2 L-shaped ones. 7. Great question. Ever heard of game leaf cigars? The two L-shaped ones are called La Pipa or La Pipa. It means pipe, and they're just pipe-shaped cigars. Okay. So we got our Seco. I'm sorry, our Viso and our Viso. And we'll reach over here and grab a Seco. I do from time to time. Of course, as YouTube likes to hear, is no, we do not smoke. We do not recommend it to anyone. The choices we make are ours. Cool, perfect timing to roll better. Let's have a weird technique. Hey, dude, if it works for you, it works for you. We all do. I mean, there's some basic stuff that you have to do just to make the cigar draw correctly. Take the tips on. Good and long. You know, call it Bruz in Papua New Guinea, and yes, it's a plantation band. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. I try to do something productive. Nothing else but have a good time. And you saw me. I've got the mold over to my left here, so I'm looking at the mold when I'm squeezing this bunch together, trying to see when I've got it close to what I think the 46 is. And if I need more, I'll reach back and grab another half leaf or whatever I think I might need. I also know that this binder is very thick, so it's going to add some considerable thickness. Take that into consideration too. All right, number 1 for the night. And you do not roll these very tight. Tight enough, but not super tight. That's the mold's job. The mold's job is to make them tight. You roll them too tight here, then they can't get a good compression in the mold. And it does look like I'm going to need a double binder. Yeah, I'm going to need a double. Shoot. Seems wasteful. Not to mention I don't want to double this up. This is thick enough stuff already. Making it worse is only going to help. You need scissors. I got them right to my other side, my dude. And when I put it up here, what I'm doing is I'm feeling for when the tobacco crunches down. You can see it's kind of pointed. So I come back to where it feels solid, and I cut it. And then I can bring it back into the table and find the edge. Reach over and grab a little bit of gum. Glue it back down. And check my length. Okay. Check the draw, which is nice. And I learned this little trick right here to make it fit into the shape of the mold better. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Cheerios. Make a Cuban type. Like a foot long. Longest cigar I've ever rolled. The longest cigar I've ever rolled was about 8.5 inches long. And that was... The challenge isn't the length for me. The challenge is having the long enough leaf to make it work. Right? To see the cut at the edge, the small angles make it fit in that curve better. Come on, binder. There we go. Oh, can I grab us another piece of binder? Didn't even really prep these. They're pretty fresh from the wholesaler, so they're still good and moist. I hear you, Sydney. I hear you. Lee, you're very welcome. Oh, Michael, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm trying my best. I've only been at this 14 or 15 months. Maybe 1,700 cigars that I've rolled in total. But this dude looks big enough that I'm not going to need a double. Thank God. All right, here we go. And not all of the leaf is beautiful and pretty. Sometimes you have to deal with whatever you got. Oh, Gamaron, thank you so much. Appreciate this, Jules, man. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of things in this world are unhealthy. See, this leaf is much, much thicker. I would have not considered this to be Viso. Sit that to the side. What keeps me positive? It's a state of mind. I've had some times in my life where I have not been very positive, so I did some searching and found myself and decided that it's not worth being unhappy. I mean, it happens. Everybody gets angry or upset. It's just the nature of being alive. But it's how you react to it when it happens. Try not to let it pounce the whole world around you. Hello, Scotland. Yeah, definitely don't try not to inhale this. You will, you'll do it once, and then you won't do it again. Once you get done coughing your guts out and dealing with the massive rush of nicotine that enters your bloodstream. Average weight, to be honest, I don't know. Never actually weighed them. Pretty much go by feel. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, actually, the video I posted today, there's no talking. They did a short that's got some music in it. There's a short on TikTok and all over the place too. But most of the time, if I'm rolling a cigar, like to just shoot a video, I won't talk. It's usually really early in the morning and I'm still in my first cup of coffee. Are we gonna have enough? Not really. We're gonna make it work though. Whew, it's losing a whole lot. Oh, still got enough. Normally I would have just stuck another binder in there, but being that this binder is really thick, I don't want to add too much. It burns okay, but it does burn much slower. It's more of like a VISO binder. This is a big fat bunch too. Shouldn't have put that other half in there. Let's see how it squeezes perfectly. It's going to be a nice full one. Thank you, Toxic. Stressless blessings. They are tiny and super delicate. The only seed that grows millions. Yes, very true. It's so wild seeing tobacco seeds, how small they are. I mean, tinier than a poppy seed. Tiny, tiny little creatures. All right, I rolled 2 in that direction, so we'll switch and go to the other side. Oh, tore it. I mean, if you want to, go for it. You want to put mustard? Go for it, man. But believe me, these will be plenty spicy. I want to know what the appeal of this tape is. The taste. It's taste, and for me, I can only speak personally. I can't really share what other people smoke cigars for, but for me, it's that it gives me 45 minutes or an hour to just stop and unwind from the day, you know, contemplate heavy things or whatever happens to whatever problems or issues I've faced that day. And also, if I'm working on something and I'm having a problem, and I start to get frustrated, just stopping and taking that half hour, 45 minutes and regrouping, so to speak, mentally allows me to attack it much better. Usually come back stronger, and usually while I'm sitting there smoking the cigar, it'll the solution will hit me. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. And then I work my way through it. They are so delicate when they're seedlings. So delicate. We grew Pennsylvania Red last year. Just like 20 plants just to see if we could do it. And we did it in containers. It's a different creature doing it in containers than it is doing it in a field. But we've moved since then, and I've got 2 acres that are cleared, and we're going to grow. You can legally grow an acre and be considered commercial. So my intention is to grow an acre, or right at an acre, which is quite a few. I'm going to try to keep it under 100 plants, just because I'm going to be the only one working it, and I still have to work a full-time job. What was the other gold? Hello. Teflon cigar. Unfortunately, I don't remember the actual name of the cigar itself. Okay. Shoot, sorry, I missed that, dude. Hello. I don't know. Question, though. The cigar can taste like a lot of different things. It just depends on the person, what they taste. Some people can taste a lot of other stuff that I can't. I get some basic stuff. Leather, chocolate, coffee. Two Virginia tobaccos. It's usually Bright and something else. But there are a bunch of different varietals that go along with Virginia tobacco. Virginia, those tobaccos, the Bright and Burleys, are traditionally used for cigarettes. And pipe, of course. Now we switched to the other side, because this was the binder that went the other way. That's how I keep them straight in my head, too, right and left. No, I do not flavor mine. I'll let the tobacco speak for itself. Correct, not at all. Not at all, Don. No, I don't know. I think you can pretty much put whatever you want. I mean, Dunbarton did a whole the Stillwell line. And that's got a lot of Kia and Perique and a bunch of other cigar tobacco. I mean, a bunch of other pipe tobaccos in it too. And I actually really like those. I just ordered a sampler as I hadn't been able to find the one I wanted to try. But I found it the sampler, so I grabbed it. Let me guess, PNW, right? Jack, with the trimmings, we make short filler cigars. I mean, it's the same tobacco, it's just in smaller pieces. We have a little machine over here that creates the bunch for us. Yeah, that's kind of typical. I have some feelings about that, but I won't share them because this is the internet, and what you say stays forever. But anyway, we're here. We're gonna have a good time together, and that's all that matters to me, right? All that matters to us. I'm having a good time. Thanks, Zoom. Wow. Yeah, he definitely. All right, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. Just gonna focus. All right, we got to do this. We don't got to do it. We're doing it. These are actually for a buddy of mine. So we'll roll up a bunch. Have a good one, CIA agent. I appreciate you. That's correct. No, unfortunately, Don, I do not sell them. I just roll them for fun and to get to hang out with people. And like I said earlier, I started streaming when my daughter moved out of state. Just an easy way she can still carry on with what she's doing, and we can still chit chat back and forth, and it's kind of fun too. And then I get to talk to all you good folks. But I will tell you, stay tuned and definitely come back every week. Things are changing, and we've got some big things coming up there I just can't share yet. But the stuff that's coming out is going to be outrageous. It's going to be very cool, and we're going to do some cool things. Some things that are going to change lives, and that's what I'm about at this point. Living and having a good time and not letting other people get on their nerves. Back to the left side. So we got 2 left and 2 right. Oh, thanks, Mom. Appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. And Liz, thanks for sending her that link. It made it a whole lot easier, didn't it? And it got a left binder, so we're going to use this one. No toxic, not at all, dude. I'm sorry. The stream goes by pretty quick sometimes, and I miss stuff. Not to mention that I'm looking over here at the leaves too. I've got a phone off to this side that's watching the stream, that sees the chat. Sorry, obviously this one's mounted up above my head where I can't see it. Canal, the glue that I'm using is called Bermcol. It's a vegetable gum. That was perfect, babe. Thank you. Oh, good. You didn't know what was going on. Oh, sorry, dude. My bad. No, I try my best to answer every question. Sound like Theo Vaughn. I'm going to take that as a compliment. I don't really know who Theo Vaughn is. I'm that old guy that doesn't know everything. Light, mindless, citrusy like a hay, commonly used Virginia blends and cigarette tobacco is true. Yeah, it does have that bright kind of lemony taste to it. I did buy a little quarter-pound sample just to have around, and I did roll some cigars with it, and it is definitely does not like being in cigars. I mean, you can get it done, but it's not doesn't burn real nice. I have several humidors. I grabbed the link light last night and sent it to her. Gotta get her hooked up on you. Yes, absolutely, kid. Absolutely. From Virginia, stream support. Henry, yes, I have several humidors. Several. And by several, I mean close to a dozen. I love estate sales. You can pick up all kinds of wild stuff. The cereal's different from the cigs taste. It's the tobacco and the fact that when it comes to cigs versus these don't have any chemicals. This is just tobacco. No reconstituted, no paper, no nothing. It's just raw fermented tobacco. Because if you inhale, you will, first thing you're going to do is cough your brains out, and then you're going to have about 15 minutes of the worst nicotine rush you've ever had in your life. And I can speak that one from experience. It has nailed me a few times. Like, bad enough you got to go sit down and chill out for a minute and get something to eat and something to drink. I was on your FYP, or the other guy was? You got Maureen. Yes, definitely start with, if it's your first, you should definitely start with something mild. And don't start with something super long. Short. The Robusto should take you about a half hour to 45 minutes. Certainly, Hugh, no worries. Why don't you make them nice on the, because this is the start. Once they go in here, you see they're all ragged and kind of ugly looking. Well, then we put the other half on and we stick them in the press and squeeze them. And then they come out nice and cylindrical. And then we put the pretty wrapper on them. Montana, it's called Bermcall. It's a vegetable gum. And it's odorless, tasteless. Doesn't leave any residue behind. It's my preferred of the available cigar glues. And there are many. There we go. There's a nice one. If I had to sell them, or if I could sell them, because of the tobaccos that are in these and the fact that they are extremely small batch, somewhere between $18 and $25 depending on the fillers. The stuff with the Cameroon and the really rare stuff can bump up to 25 or 30 if I was to sell them. And believe me, they're, in my opinion, of course, they are completely worth it. But then again, I've smoked $8 cigars that were outstanding. Yeah, I know. And believe me, nobody gets into this for the money. They get into it for the love of the leaf, the passion, the people. It's it starts as a hobby. Unless you're from a tobacco family, then it's just in your blood. I am not from a tobacco family. We had a few smokers in our family, but that was about it. We were avid gardeners, though. Avid gardeners. Slim, hey, nice to see you. Hey, you know what? There's some things you can do. I think I said that, like I said earlier, there's things you have to do. How does the money crit? But most of the time you can pretty much, there's basic limits, but you can pretty much do what you want. As long as you follow the basic rules. Got to be able to breathe. It's got to burn. And try to make it burn even. How much does a Monte Cristo cost today? A Cuban Monte Cristo or a General Cigar Monte Cristo? The ones you can get, Monte Cristos you can get in America are between $25 and $35. The Monte Cristos that are from the other place, the Cuba, They are around $100, and they are spectacular. It's the only time I get to smoke Cubans is when we go on vacation out of the country. Yes, they are still illegal in the U.S. Yeah, illegal to ship them here. From Iraq, I bought 2 cigars, 17 US dollars. Wow. I mean, yeah, if they're real, absolutely. Patrick, they are illegal here because of the embargo that President Kennedy put on Cuba in 1962. That embargo has only been lifted once. It was by a former president. It's one of those things I try not to talk about politics. It's a nasty, nasty topic. And I've worked for local government for 25 years. Wow. Are the leaves you put inside the same leaves? No, they are not. They can be, but I'm using four different tobaccos, a Nicaraguan and 3 Dominicans. My blends usually lean very, very much towards the Dominican. I like the flavors. I use Nicaraguan like people use salt and pepper when they're cooking. Oh, right on. Yeah, this is the core. This is what they call the bunch. This is how every cigar that you see in your store starts out. Starts out just like, well, it starts out like a pile of leaves, and then gets shaped by somebody like me or somebody a whole lot more talented than me. Put them in here. Yes, Don, that's exactly right, my dude. Exactly right. Do you sell them or just... no, I don't sell them. At least not yet. That may come someday, but today is not that day. Wrapper preferred, absolutely preferred is Cameroon. With Ecuadorian or a Dominican wrapper rolling a close second. If I could sell them, oh yeah, sorry. Soldier, I buy them from an online wholesaler at the moment, but we will be growing tobacco this year. We've moved out to the country and we've got a couple of acres, so we're gonna keep us right under the commercial level, so we don't have to deal with Big Brother. If I could sell these, stream support, they'd be about $20 to $25 a piece. Depending on these specific ones, would be $20 to $25 a piece. Can only get burley in Virginia. You can make cigars out of burley and Virginian, but those two are typically not cigar tobaccos. This is Dominican and Nicaraguan. And the wrappers I intend to use are Cameroon. So they're from Africa. Oh, Shakarty, nice, really cool. Where was she a roller at? I do not disagree with you. The Native Americans have amazing, amazing tobacco. They use it a bit differently, though, and I appreciate that it's more ceremonial, and I can totally dig that. totally dig it. Man, he really did jack my stream up, didn't he? That's disheartening. Is the cigars legal? Yes, they are legal. They're very legal. Yeah, we definitely got hijacked, guys. That's okay. I appreciate every single one of you that's here. I mean, more than I can even have words for. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your energy, your questions. This is not something that I've done on my own. It's done with every one of you guys, every one of y'all. I'm gonna put a fire. No. Good question though. Oh, nice, nice, babes. Be glad when you get here. Francella, you a roller too? We're gonna cut that whole tip off. Sometimes you have to go back and chop it off if it's not looking right to you. It's better to take the time right now before you set it in the mold. Shoot. Oh, it was left. Stream, no, it is Bermcall. It's a vegetable gum. Lee Jones, I appreciate you so much for stopping by. I hope you've clicked subscribe. I hope you had a great night. I appreciate you, and we do this every Thursday night. So I hope to see you again. Truly, get some rest, and hope you have a great day tomorrow. It's not actually glue. It's just a vegetable, like fruit pectin, like you'd make jelly with. The stuff that's in Jello, minus the chemicals. But this is all natural. There's nothing but water and a powder mixed together. Shoot. Not a leaf. In your opinion, it's the method. It can be well. All right. Here's the truth of it. Rolling a cigar is always going to be cheaper per stick than buying them in a brick and mortar. There's something about the brick and mortar though that you don't get rolling them at home. You like for me, I have to let these rest 90, 100 days. So I have to continuously keep rolling to keep up. When you walk into a brick and mortar, they're there waiting for you, and they're already aged and all that good stuff. But as far as actual cost, it is way cheaper to roll your own, and I mean way cheaper. And you get some control of the tobacco too. And you get the fun part of rolling them and learning how to do it. And I think it could be profitable if done correctly. I think it can be very profitable. My goal is not to open a brick and mortar, but to just to roll for events, weddings, conferences, that kind of stuff. We've got some stuff in the works now for that exact thing. Getting the ducks lined up in a row, and No, age leaves are very, these leaves are from 2021. So these are already 5 years old. Or from the 2021 crop. Now I have some Connecticut broadleaf back over behind me that's actually, I built a fermenter because I didn't like the way it was fermented. I thought it needed more. So I built a fermenter. No, they're very, oh shoot, I already answered that one. You grow the leaves yourself? We will this year. We grew Pennsylvania Red last year, which is typically a pipe tobacco. And normally it's fire cured, but we did not. We air cured it. But this year we'll be growing Cuban seed tobacco. James, I appreciate you. Thank you for the jewels, man. Appreciate that, dude. Or the bronze medal. Sweet, I'll take a bronze. Top 3, baby. That works for me. All right, 4 on each side. 2 more and this mold is full. I wish I could. Oh, thanks, kid. Appreciate that. Heck yeah, man. All right, a left. And another left and another right. And then we will be at full mold. On this channel. Franzel, thank you so much. That means the world, dude. It really truly does. It means the world just to know that you took some of your time to share with us. And that's as my daughter will tell you, I realize more than anything in this world, time is the most valuable resource. Not water, not food, time. You only have a certain amount left. Only have a certain amount on this planet. And how you use it is huge. So I appreciate each one of you sharing your time with me and my family who are on. My mom is on, and my daughter's on. Appreciate them. My girl's on too. She's on her way home. Thursday's the night she works late, so it doesn't take time away from us. See how much different this is? It's got a lot more moisture in it. Yeah, I get that a lot. That happens to me with the guys on the West Coast that I want to watch, which would be Bliss Cigar Co. and Mike Fish. Usually about the time Bliss starts streaming, I'm getting ready to go to bed. So sometimes I get to watch a piece of his stream, sometimes I don't, but he should know that I want to all the time, and I watch it the next morning when I get up. Well, usually when I'm sitting right here rolling. Fantastic, my dude. Had a friend of mine and his wife come over. This was months ago. This was at the old house. And he doesn't smoke, never has. Tobacco is not his thing at all. And 20 minutes sitting at my table, I had him rolling cigars. And doing pretty good. I don't think it's something he'll do on the regular, but the fact that he tried, that's all you got to do. Something you want to do it. By all means, try it. With the exception of things that are bad for you. Should definitely do that with a lot of thought. Oh, let's do whatever I can. Honey, I know you do, baby. I love you too. I'm going to have to add a half a leaf. Got to trust your hands. One of the most valuable lessons I learned is you've got to trust your hands. They tell you when the bunch is the right size. And I got the mold over there, and I'm looking at the slots. But still, Germany, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. Is it Henry? Shoot, another binder. You know what, kid? There's an addition to that. I will, as I have continued to do, I will always support you. Like I always tell you, kid, always your champion. Always, always. Oh, I sent you some funny TikToks, Liz. Yes, definitely. Where that scissor skill really comes in. And this is just from, and these scissors are half dull too. But they do their job. I'll go check them out after this. You've always been there in this sport. Yeah, but how many times have you questioned my sanity, kid? That's how that game is played. Everybody crazy. There it is. This is my right-hander. Yep, all these little cuttings and stuff that you see me tear off the top, they'll become short filler cigars. We don't waste anything. Even the stems don't get wasted. I got one more to go, my man. One more. One more to go. What is the other one? Very true, my dude. Very, very true. My granddaddy was a crazy cat, man. He was awesome. He was a wise human being. He used to say this thing that always made me laugh, and I still think about it to this day. Yeah, somebody'd say something to him, or something would bring it up, and he'd be like, "You know what? I had to stay crazy to keep from going insane." And he was not far off. You have to stay crazy to keep from going insane. Actually, the short filler cigars compared to these, the flavors are similar, but they're not as uniform. Where, you've got a whole leaf laid in here, whereas with short filler, you have them stretched out. So you might have, it's just the way the flavor moves, and they'll burn a little quicker too. They're still quite tasty. Sorry, the noise you hear as the camera's going off. We've got a herd of deer in the backyard. There's about 9 of them. Amazing creatures. Some might be a little bit skinny. And that's okay too. Haven't rolled any skinny ones tonight. They've been pretty well right on the money. Thank you. And actually, my native American great grandmother would be very proud of me too. She was full blood Cherokee. Let's see, that one's a little bit skinnier than the rest, but that is the mold. It is full. Whoop, whoop. One step closer to the goal. One step closer. Love it, love it. All right. Folks, I appreciate y'all ever so much. Hey, Fish, how's it going, my dude? Welcome back, good sir. We just finished the first mold. The Cody special. Love it. 46 by 7. Stick him in a press. I'll have to do some cranking to get this dude down tight. There we go. There we go. Got it good and tight. It might be the most... Aiden, I appreciate that comment, brother. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, and have a restful night's sleep. And we're here every Thursday night. Post a couple of videos a week just to keep everybody going. If something you want to see, please just let me know, and I will do my very best to figure it out. I don't know everything, not by a long shot, but I can learn damn near anything. There's a bunch of scraps to deal with. Gonna clean up a little bit messy. Frenzel, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, James, no doubt. A 7-footer definitely counts as 2. That's awesome. Well, guys, I did get up at 4 o'clock this morning, and I'm absolutely exhausted. How does one roll a torpedo? Tell you what I'll do. Torpedoes were on my list to do tonight. I'm not going to roll a whole mold, just because that takes another hour or so. But I will pull out the torpedo mold. 7 by 50 or 52 by 7 torpedoes. I bought this mold when a buddy of mine asked me to roll some cigars for him to honor a fallen military veteran. That meant the world to me that he trusted me enough to do that, to honor his friend. And spent some time, learned some things about the dude. Found out he was a hell of a human being. Died way too young. He was not even 40. Died of cancer. Something he got while he was overseas. Something he was exposed to. Lord knows it's not a fun thing being overseas. Man, Fish, this thing's actually lighter than mine too. Definitely a lot more nimble. Place this in. Oh, nice. Yeah, the gentleman that I've learned a lot of stuff from watching his videos, not just Mr. Fish, but Bliss from Bliss Cigar Co. He's from California, and so is Fish. Both good California boys. All right, pulled the second one out just for giggles. And because this, I'm gonna reach over here, grab some more tobacco real quick. Yes, absolutely, same time. The grip on the new ones. I agree 100%, Liz. I definitely feel like I have more control. I feel like I have a lot more control. I think there's still one at sea. Village James. I don't know that one, bud. Sorry. And we got our Oh Lord Viso. Just gonna do a moderately heavy hitter for this one Torpedo bunch. Gonna take out this big central vein. At least a big portion of it. We just leave enough to make it so that it maintains its integrity. We can fold it over at the top. It's not just two halves flapping in the wind, so to speak. Oh, thanks, dude. That's kind of the point of it too. You know, it's not just me yipping and yapping and making leaves go into tubes. It's about sharing what little bit I have learned. One of the biggest things I've learned is the more I learn about this, the less I realize I know. And I think that's awesome. That's something you can spend a lifetime doing. And Lord knows people do. When we went to Ybor City in Tampa, Florida over the summer and had an amazing time. Cigar capital. I mean, it was fantastic. Met some amazing people, ate some great food, and smoked some absolutely stunning cigars. We've got, is it 63 more days, I think? And then we're going to New Orleans. There's something we're doing out there that's could be life-changing for us as far as cigars go, but we shall see. I have no idea what's going to happen. I just know it's going to be awesome. That's something I've wanted to do since I really got into this. Exactly. That's a sign of wisdom right there. You know enough to realize you don't know shit. I love that. It's fantastic. This could use one more leaf. I remember this is a 52. It's a little bit bigger. That feels right. Might need to pull out a second binder for this dude. She's kind of big. I usually have to use a double binder with the 52s just to make sure I get a good coverage. But like I said, these binders are really thick, so I don't like doubling them up. And we are definitely going to have to use a second binder. Just add him in now. And that's the other thing with a Torpedo. When you get down towards the head, you kind of feel where it caped. Remember we talked about when I was cutting them off? When you feel that taper dip down, when you're rolling a Torpedo, that kind of gives you the base shape. And you go back and nip it off. Roll out your pieces of binder. What do you plan to do? Well, Bliss, it's a multifaceted trip. Got some friends that are in a different industry, and they have a big event there every year in April. They only have it in 2 other places in the world, and it's Las Vegas and Dubai. But we're definitely going to go and hang out with the guys at the Cigar Factory. Apparently my friend knows the owner, so I'm hoping to get a good inside glimpse at that. And we're going for a big annual event. I'm really stoked to go. You have to be in the industry to go to this event, and technically we're not in the industry yet. Fish, dude, I love this thing. This thing is unbelievable. I'm telling you, it's lighter in my hand even than my original is. It's so much lighter. And I've got bigger hands, so having that extra little bit to rest my thumb on really helps. What do you think? Should we do one more? We're down to 74 people, but that's okay. Let's do one more. Let's do a left. That way I can get all my stuff matched up. Do you know what's going on in New Orleans, Bliss? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to share it. The 67 people that hung out, I appreciate you. My wife and I have been, well, let me just say this. Pirates Cove Cigars has been invited to go to PCA. Not as a vendor, but as a guest. And we have some meetings set up with a bunch of different people. So if PCA goes to the way I believe it's going to go, Pirates Cove will be legit when we come back. I've already got my LLC paperwork together. I haven't shared this with anyone. Well, with anyone outside of my close-knit circle. But it's been a kind of a wild ride the last couple of months. I rolled 110 cigars to take to the annual conference that I work with, and smoked some cigars with some amazing people who made those introductions and made this trip to New Orleans possible. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have no idea what's going to come from it, but I work with a lot of meeting planners, and one of the things they're always asking for is cigar rollers. And when they found out that I am a very beginning cigar roller, they were super down to hear about it. And that's what's going to make me take it legit. I've had to turn down 4 different gigs because Virginia's got weird laws when it comes to tobacco, which makes no sense considering how much tobacco has been and is being grown here. Not as much as North Carolina, but tell you what, brother, I'm going to shoot a whole bunch of pictures, and maybe someday we could go and do it. This all comes together. I don't want to be so deep in that I have to deal with the federal government, but at the same time, I realize that's going to be part of it. I want access to the wholesale leaf and not just the stuff that LO has, which is kind of where I'm at this point. Let me ask you this, Bliss. If you could go, who would you like to meet? Is there somebody that you'd like to meet? Maybe smoke a cigar with, hang out, bullshit with? It's a tough question, I know. I know it's a tough question. It's what I've been running around in my head since November. I've got it settled down to a couple. And mostly, one of them is just because of the tobacco that his family grows. It's my favorite. That'd be Cameroon. And of course, I'm talking about Jeremiah Marifel. Jassim. I wouldn't mind meeting Rojas either. That'd be cool. Maybe Pepin. That's true. That's true. Yeah, you know, I kind of took the Cuban guys out of the equation for the very simple fact that I know they're not going to be there. And there's enough nasty stuff going on down in that poor country right now. I love a good Cuban, though. No twisties. Put our second binder in. Oh, right on. Beautiful. My little tip, cut it off. Bring this back, pull that off. God, that thing cuts like butter. Boom. Now we have a left and a right. Perfect. Now we have one wrapper leaf to use. I mean, you can start with cigarillos. I mean, definitely pick a smaller cigar. I'm getting pro leaf and avoiding a twice a month Fed contract. I agree 100%. The quality of the leaf is definitely the hard part. Yeah, I found another guy that was selling it was Fronto, but it was Connecticut broadleaf, and the stuff is absolutely beautiful. But as I was telling Fish, it's not fermented. So I built a fermentation chamber behind me. Just use a 2x2 grow tent. Believe me, I don't want the Fed to deal with the Feds either, but that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Wow. Used to drive down to Rocky Point in Pensacola, but Cohiba was driving back to Arizona. Wow. All right, folks. Hate to do this, but I think I'm gonna call it right here. And but I appreciate every single one of you ever so much. And I will post a video of me wrapping these up. I'll probably put it out Tuesday. I tend to post a short and a video on Tuesday, and then a short and a small video Thursday morning, and sometimes a post on Saturday. James, I appreciate you. I have a thanks, brother. You too. I appreciate you more than you'll ever imagine. I try not to step on other people's work. I think that's so. I show that respect. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I will hopefully see each and every one of you next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Thanks, guys. Have a great evening, and I will see you later. Have a great one. Smoke in good company, as they say at Creekside. Thanks, guys. See ya.